Hey, I'm Sith King.
And I'm Sonic Sons.
We're the Rambling Reviewers.
And today we're looking at a piece of internet history that sadly too few people are aware of these days.
Now, before we get started... Okay, sorry. I was...
Yeah, before we get started, we'd like to insert an awkward pause.
Exactly.
It's this awkward pause day every year on this...
What we're looking at has similarities to two things we've already reviewed. Like RWBY, it's a web series, though I don't think you could find a series more polar opposite of RWBY than this one.
They both have a fun-loving attitude, just in very different ways.
No, I don't... Okay, maybe Sailor Nothing could be...
See, no, Sailor Nothing is more polar opposite, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, wow. And like My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, it's done in Flash animation. But I'm going to give you But here's where the similarities end. Because, okay, My Little Pony had an episode about Babs Seed, a bully character. That episode also had floats. Except where that episode had a moral of, it's wrong to bully, but try to show pity on bullies because they might be just like you, just trying to fit in. It's a stupid moral. I really don't like it. I'm one of those black and white paladin type of guys, you know. Good will triumph and evil must be punished.
But in Homestar Runner...
But, yes. So, that one had floats as part of it.
As a Thanksgiving Day special.
Homestar Runner also had a Thanksgiving Day special. Its take on bullying, and this is an exact quote from the special. Pooh! Strong bad. I thought you said our float was going to be celebrating our nation's covered bridges. No, I said that our float is going to be us. Our float is going to be me sticking you into a snowman costume and beating you senseless with nunchucks. Covered bridges. Well, how on earth did I miss that? I don't know, man. Whenever I say covered bridges, you just kind of go into a trance. Oh, covered bridges.
Okay.
Yes, today we're looking at Homestar Runner.
It's .com. Okay, so let's summarize what on earth this is for all the super confused people out there.
And keep in mind, even after you watch Homestar Runner, you might still be super confused on the basis of what the hell did I just see?
Well, it's surreal, but I think of it as surreal in a casual sense. It's like, yeah, things are weird, but that's okay. It's not like in your face exactly, as some other things might be.
Yeah. So, I guess the place to start would be It started in 1996 with the book that the Brothers Chaps wrote.
These two guys whose last name is Chapman. They call themselves the Brothers Chaps.
Yeah, in 1996, they wrote this book called The Homestar Runner Enters the Strongest Man in the World Contest. And then later they started making Flash animations based on this.
Well...
The end.
Let me explain what this is. What it is at its core. It's this random little hobby project of these two brothers. One of them does all the animation, the other one does all the voices except Marzipan and the occasional walk-on character, which is incidentally quite impressive. He has so many different voices, and the animation is impressive too. It's a sort of laid-back, quirky sort of series, the sort of thing that never really could come out of a corporate, production house, or would be extremely unlikely in any case. It's filled with little in-jokes, and then they create their own in-jokes that they reference later on. They interact with the fans on a pretty direct level. The biggest thing on the website is people sending emails to a character who keeps responding in silly ways. Half the time doesn't even answer the question, right? It's got this...
Please, half?
Okay,
Less than half.
Yeah, whatever. I heard someone describe it once as having a sense of eternal childhood. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, like not... sort of toddler baby, everything's nice and happy childhood, but sort of like relaxed kind of, we're gonna beat this guy's senses with nunchucks, but it's okay because it's a cartoon. It's silly, and there's a lot of cultural commentary, a lot of it from the 80s. Not like you need to be really in depth with your references, but you're like, there's all those old 80s style computers type of thing. That, I was not quite alive during that time for most of it, but I got by osmosis. I know these tropes that they're making fun of.
Yeah.
The text-based adventure games, for instance.
Yeah. 80s movies.
80s
the Dangeresques. Jeez, we're getting so far ahead of ourselves.
I know we're huge fans of this. If you want to know what we're talking about, you can probably just go. We're gonna put a link, I'm sure, and we're gonna put you a link to maybe that little intro video they have that's been up there forever. Part of their quirkiness is that they totally decide their own schedule, which for the longest time meant you would show up on Mondays when the Strong Bad email, their best feature, or the most popular one anyway, would be updated. And then sometimes on Mondays, it wasn't updated. And you were like, well, I guess I have to wait then. Like, there was no schedule, really. And then it was like 5 years they were on this massive
we'll get
gap.
to that.
They've come back recently, but they're still, pretty sporadic. But, that's part of the charm in some sense. It's whenever the actual brothers get around to doing it, that's when the next update happens.
The main character, theoretically, is Homestar Runner. He is a white tube with long legs,
No arms.
a red star shirt, no arms, and a propeller cap. He is dumber than hell, but he's not even close to the stupidest member of the cast.
And he's a fun-loving, weird sort of guy. It's hard to describe these guys. They don't fit into precise tropes. To bring up Coach Z as an example.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach Z, what is he? He's a sports coach. Okay.
He's
the heavy Midwestern accent, which for the longest time I didn't know that was a Midwestern accent because it's so heavy. And here we are speaking more standard American or whatever, the stuff they speak on CNN.
We speak with a Chicago accent, which is what a lot of newscasters and TV people speak, because it's so neutral American.
Yeah. But also this guy who's a sports coach, Midwest thing, loves to rap.
Yeah, and
he's bad at it, but sometimes he's good at it, and you're like, that's an idea out of left field, but they make it work.
And then he's also a loser that no one likes, and he lives in a gym locker room.
But he's also friends with Bubs, and they chat about totally pointless stuff sometimes. But sometimes Bubs hates him.
Sometimes Bubs hates him.
But somehow it all works. Somehow it feels like this very quirky little community you just get to visit once in a while.
Marzipan is shaped like a broom, and she's Homestar Runner's girlfriend.
On and off. No, there's a quote from one time. "Oh, that's sweet. Are you making me homemade donuts for the 16th anniversary of our 17th breakup?" It's sort of, whatever, however that's going. They wrote a song about him breaking up with her at one point. They made it fun. It was, she broke up with me again this morning. This morning? Oh, I mean, this morning.
This morning.
This is the spirit of the show. Nothing is ever truly painful or sad. Everything will be a joke somehow. Even Strong Sad, whose personality is based around being sad, does not make you, the viewer, sad. It's just oh, that's silly.
This show is... I don't even know how to describe half the characters.
Yeah.
Homestar's best friend is a giant balloon named Pom Pom, who only talks with Bubbles and is the only sane member of the cast. There's a king of town who eats everything except for peas, and he lives in a castle, and he employs something called a poopsmith, who has a vow of silence that he only breaks at Strongbad's 200th email.
Legends say that once every 200 emails, the poopsmith will rise to croon again.
Okay, there's the brothers Strong and the Cheat. Strong Mad is basically an angry square.
He's an angry square who totally loves the Cheat, though, who's this short little yellow furry thing.
Imagine if the Onceler was a smartass.
Yeah, got a little bit
not the Onceler.
not the Onceler. The Lorax.
The Lorax was a smartass.
Huh.
And not like that recent movie
now suddenly
thing.
I'm wondering if the Onceler is some sort of bitter Coach Z or something. I have no idea.
No. We wouldn't be able to understand him.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey there, little children. Want to hear why you should protect the environment?
Oh, man. Yeah, no. It's fun stuff.
So Strong Bad is actually the main character of the...
Yeah, he's the breakout star.
Yeah. Originally he was just meant to be this villain character who would show up and Homestar would somehow manage to stupid his way to victory once again. Except that then Strong Bad began answering emails.
And boy, did he answer emails.
Boy, did he answer emails. Suddenly he was more popular than any other character. Hell, there are entire segments of the website that were born specifically because of emails.
Let's just say, here's how it works. When you go to their store, which they only stock once in a while, and I totally should have bought DVDs when they were available, but the DVDs go like this. Strong Bad Volume 1, Volume 2, 3, 4, I think 5, and then there's Everything Else, Volume 1, Volume 2. It's sorted into Strong Bad Emails and Everything Else. That's how dominating that part of the show is.
Hell, the second episode of Strong Bad Emails had a typo for a character's name, and it created a character that lasted for the rest of the run.
Yeah, no. Someone's like, if you hate... They weren't trying to say Homestar. They wrote, if you hate Homestar so much, why don't you kill them? He's like, you know what, Vinny? You're right. And then this totally new character named Homestar walks by, and he drops a anvil type thing on him.
A Heavy Lord.
Heavy Lord is called. Yeah, all the in-jokes, man. This series is packed with in-jokes.
Okay, so... and, like, Strong Sad is kind of a parody of geek culture, except depressing.
Yeah, it's like, Strong Sad is sad. He's like an Eeyore, right, if you remember Winnie the Pooh. But
who doesn't?
But at the same time, he's like a nerd, and he has these moments where he one-ups everybody, like without trying to. Do you remember the one, the Email 99? And at the end, like, Strong Bad, they've been singing this song, and then Strong Bad's like standing on his stool going, thank you, this next one is my 67th song after my 42nd album. And Strong Sad walks in, like, what are you doing? It's like he wins once in a while. Oh, yeah, no, he's
checking out the lights.
Checking out the lights, Strong Sad. We got that recessed lighting, you know.
Yep, still got it. Still there. Okay, weirdo.
So he's not... Strong Side is, like, officially the punching bag or something, but, like, no, actually, he gets by.
Yeah, it's... This show... It
just pops so much. It stands
you can't
out.
really describe it. It's like trying to describe Looney Tunes, but different.
Yeah, it's like a really indie, personalized Looney Tunes.
It's like they have it in so many different
sort of thing to themselves, you know.
They have so many different ways of doing this. They have regular cartoons. They have storybook cartoons, which are parodies of the original cartoon they made before.
Yeah, by the way, when we say they wrote a book in 1996, what we mean is they made like a 12-page children's book that was meant to be a parody of children's books, and they made like 10 copies of it at Kinko's. Not like they actually published a book and it's in library shelves everywhere. Which I totally thought it was for a second. Like, I didn't even realize it was a parody.
I didn't realize it was a parody either. I thought it was just like...
Yeah, no. That's the whole idea, like, why Strong Bad was named Strong Bad. It was, like, the dumbest idea they could think of for the name of the bad guy character who is strong. That's really where it comes from, yeah.
And the cheat helped him.
And the helped him cheat, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, you learn something new every day.
They totally have a song about Mr. Bland. Well, not really a song. The intro sequence, when they redid the book eventually, there's a character named Mr. Bland who was totally pointless. And then they reanimated the whole thing. Like, and hailing from foreign lands or whatever, the Prince of Plain, the Master of Mundane, it's Mr. Bland. Ta-da! And he lasts for like 10 seconds more of the script.
And the mechanical robot, the robot!
He has no name. It is a show that's constantly hanging lampshades, to use the industry term, making fun of itself, breaking the fourth wall once in a while.
Yeah, wow. This
When Strong Bad gets to an end of an email, there's this piece of paper that comes down across the screen, part of the screen, as if being printed out from a printer. And it says, click here to email Strong Bad. And there's a mail to link.
And then
So eventually that becomes like a character, and people are talking about the paper, and Strong Bad is like there's one random reference of, and then the paper stayed around until, what was it, email 187? Not
170 something.
170 something. At which time Strong Bad upgraded to an inkjet printer.
And then someone sent in an email, what's wrong with the paper? Is something wrong with it? And he answered this in an email where the paper died. And he, like, burned its corpse.
It's cool, though. It came back later. All his electronic... No, this is great, though. His electronics die, and it's like a sad thing, except they all come back as ghosts or whatever anyway. Because it's that kind of show. Nothing truly bad can ever happen. Freaking... When Strong Bad gets an email about ghosts, he goes off to, like, let's check in the middle of the night here. Are there any ghosts over here? Any ghosts over there? Hey, old computer. How you doing there? Oh, look at bad graphics ghost on the screen. Well, we gotta go. Throw that Chinese food at him. 173 was the paper. There you go.
Okay, so Strong Bad emails eventually became the most popular segment of the website, producing about once a week a different cartoon about Strong Bad answering an email from his fans.
And generally on Mondays, which I liked because I hated Mondays. I was like, this is the one positive thing I've got for my Mondays, you guys. Thank you for providing it.
And this was before Atop the Fourth Wall, so, you know.
And this was before Atop the Fourth Wall, absolutely.
But,
this was the early days of the internet, but this is before YouTube, folks. There was a time where you could not get video online. You got it Flash animation. That was all your computer could handle. But there was something lovely about that art form, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's to be young again.
it's really artisanal, I guess. At least when these guys do it, their own little style comes through in absolutely every joke they write, every line they write, everything.
Yeah, there's like Easter eggs you can click on in the middle of it.
So many. Look, they have the Homestar Runner stuff on YouTube now. I would encourage you, don't watch it on YouTube. Watch it on the original site. There's so many little details that change the experience. One of which being, you'd move the mouse around and find the hidden things to click on. Now, half of them are gone, but the other half just play automatically on the YouTube version.
Yeah.
Also, YouTube, it's built to be part of a larger ecosystem, right? The larger YouTube ecosystem. So you're watching the video, but your eye kind of darts to the side to see the list of other videos, right? And then maybe you're tempted to scroll down and read comments or something, and like all these other things are taking up your attention. And on Homestar, no, it's just the site. This is the little box that plays things. It doesn't even take up the full screen, you know?
Except for like this one.
Except for special occasions, but generally it's wonderful in its simplicity. There are absolutely no ads. I love that. I still love that. But I remember being first. I realized like there are no ads anywhere on this site ever, because they're just not that kind of site, and they don't advertise anywhere else either. They don't do anything regarding anybody's ads. It's just entirely word of mouth, which is how I bumped into it. Some random guy in a computer lab at school was watching one of the videos, and I asked him about it, and here I am. I wrote a song about Strong Bad emails recently. You saw a couple videos ago.
And people were confused as hell about that.
They probably were, if they even bothered to watch it. I don't know.
Okay. But then something happened.
Dun, dun, dun.
Strong Bad email number 200 popped up, and things changed. Suddenly, Strong Bad wasn't posting emails anymore. Suddenly it was Homestar that was posting emails that people sent to him. And then it switched back to Strong Bad because people realized that her emails sucked.
Well, I mean,
they don't suck.
That was the storyline of the cartoon. It wasn't like they honestly wanted to switch to emails in a permanent sense. It's just they made some jokes about it. But to me,
that was kind of the beginning of the end for them.
If I had to point at the beginning of the end, I might point to Spemaliarized Entertainment. Remember that one where they kind of complain like
but after the Spemail number 200 they really
it was like 6 more Spemails or 5 more Spemails we got, and then there was just a big hiatus, and then
they put, maybe they'd have like we have a Halloween thing, and then we had a Christmas thing which they call Decemberween because it's 55 days after Halloween.
It's just a random joke of theirs.
And then, for some reason, they went on a hiatus for a year before posting a Decemberween costume.
It was funny.
Thing. But, it was funny, but it was just them standing around in costumes.
I'll take what I can get.
And then they didn't post anything for 4 more years.
Yeah. No, we were all wondering what was up with that, but apparently they were busy.
From what I've heard, that one of them had just had their second child.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the wife had the second child, not the...
Yeah, I presume so.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking Mr.
Seahorse in there.
Yeah, no.
Jinx.
No. But also, they got offers to do actual animation for real companies, including Yo Gabba Gabba, which did have them as part of the staff.
Yeah, which I totally have not even seen that show, but it's out there.
That lasted until April Fool's Day 2014, if I'm correct.
2015, if I'm correct. Wait,
okay.
Is that... I'm so confused.
Yeah, we have the Homestar Runner wiki.
We do, if we also have internet, but we don't know if we have internet.
It's also a wiki. The first time I've ever seen TV tropes describe something as a disturbingly thorough Wikipedia.
The fans of this show are so devoted. Their wiki has a complete transcript of absolutely everything that Brothers Chaps have ever produced, including the commentary on the DVD. Someone listened to the DVD and typed it up word for word. Thank you, people who did that for us.
It's so thorough, the Brothers Chaps themselves have used the wiki.
Yeah.
To determine, did we do this?
Yeah, that's just lovely.
But, yeah, so they posted either 2015 or 2014 of 2000...
Of the century 2000.
Whatever.
No, I'm so dumb if I thought it was... Was it 2014,
I don't know. When was Fisheye Lens posted?
That was last year.
Okay, yeah, but it was before... Then it was before that.
Our internet is down, you guys. We're stranded in a non-internet zone.
Okay, so April Fool's Day 2014. Okay. They posted the first content. I'm
so intelligent. Yeah.
They posted the first content that they'd posted in years.
And
of course, it was a parody of how long they'd gone without updating, because they had Strong Bad saying, "Okay, the portion of the site you all wanted to see, Strong Bad Windows 98
desktop theme.
Welcome to Windows 98. Why are you still using Windows 98? What is wrong with you?
Quit buying your computers at thrift stores, man."
Which is ironic coming from him, considering that
he got his first computer out of the trash.
Literally, a quote from him is, "Why do all my 30-year-old electronics keep breaking?"
On me, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a show. It's like mushroom soil to you. I heard that term once. It's basically things grow easily. So, like there's a random sign on his his computer room wall, that says, like, no loafing.
No loafing, that's correct.
You have no idea what that even means in context, but they made, like, 2 different emails just about that sign. Just making fun of it, updating it, putting different signs near it with, like, uninspirational quotes for no reason.
And then something interesting happened in the middle of all of that. Homestar Runner video games. And not just the ones they had on the site.
Oh, yeah,
real video games.
It's another Flash thing you can't get on YouTube.
No, real video games. As in, Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people. That is literally the title. It came in 5 episodes and was available on various different things. I only bought episodes 2 and 5, but I know the plots of all of them, so I'm going to say them anyway. The first one is called Homestar Ruiner. Strong Bad decides to be, well, himself, and decides to ruin Homestar's chances at winning this big, important race. Yeah, this backfires horribly on him. Because he succeeds, Homestar thinks that he's a loser. No, Strong Bad decides to dress up as Homestar and trick everyone into thinking he's Homestar. He deliberately loses the race, and then Homestar is so distraught, he moves into Strong Bad's house despite the fact that he has his own house.
Oh my gosh.
Somehow being in 3 places at once, and in order to kick him out, you have to solve all 3 of the Homestar's problems.
Wow, see, this is all new to me. I've not actually played through these.
Yeah, you should. It's or you can watch a Let's Play.
Honestly, that's probably what I'm gonna do, because if I may,
it's a point and click 'em up adventure, which can be good and can be bad, because it means that if you don't know exactly. If you don't know that you're supposed to use the pen on the box of flour, then you can be totally fucked.
The whole genre is screwed up. I mean, Peasant's Quest was actually good. That's one they made themselves.
Yeah, but that's partially type 'em up.
And that is partly type 'em up game. But man, I mean,
did I say type 'em up game?
Type 'em up.
Text-based adventure game. God, what is wrong with me?
But like I love Homestar so much, but I played the demo of episode 1 and put it down after like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because I got to the first part where you're like, I've got 6 items in my inventory and nothing to do with them. I guess I'll just click everything on everything else until I stumble upon the solution, which is what I hate so much about most adventure games. Which, totally random plug here, there's a game called Life is Strange, which is like an adventure game, except it doesn't suck. It's amazing. I'm not going to tell you anything more about it. Just go play it.
I love adventure games because I love exploring places.
Yeah, no, exploring is good. I just hate those moments where you're so frustrated and you're like, I'm here for the humor, you guys. I'll watch a Let's Play now. That's what I should have done years ago.
Okay. So, yeah, in it, eventually you get Homestar out of your house, you kick everyone out, But then something odd shows up. The image of the municipality, basically a skull version of the King of Town's face.
The municipality is like their way of talking about the government, and the King of Town is apparently the king of that government, and it's
except that no one actually respects him.
It's overwrought and silly, yeah.
But appears on his laptop, and then that's on to episode 2. Strong Badia the Free. Strong Bad is answering emails from his fans when suddenly the Poop Smith in his Pooper Trooper riot gear, my god, that is an actual thing that I just said, and the King of Town bust in saying that there's a new tax on emails.
Oh dear.
This is actually a rather brilliant plan from the King of Town, but you'll hear about it at the end. So, he places Strong Bad under house arrest with devices that, instead of electrocuting him, make his head explode if he tries to exit the house.
Ow.
Naturally, guess what was the first thing I did?
Trying to exit the house.
Yeah, basically, so you exit the house by creating an effigy of the King of Town next to the things that make your head explode, and the rest of the characters burn it, setting fire to the explodey thingies. And Strong Badia gathers everyone at his country, Strong Badia.
Yes, Strong Bad gives
whatever.
Yeah.
He basically says, yeah, we're not going to follow the King of Town anymore. My country will lead us to victory. And then naturally everyone else secedes from town and forms their own countries. So your purpose in the game is to go to every single person, convince them to join your country so that you can build up an army and invade the King of Town's castle. It's weird and strange.
This is kind of like kids playing pretend in the backyard. Like
it really is.
Yeah, it really is.
Some more imaginative than others.
Yes.
Like Strongmad's country of country, and the vice president, Tony Stoney, a rock with a smiley face on it.
Tony!
Yeah. Which is a reference to the friggin' thing.
Oh, right.
To the show. He actually got Tony Stoney in one of the Christmas episodes.
Really?
Yeah. I was just watching. I was like, holy crap, that's Tony Stoney. So eventually you go conquer all the other nations and you go to either Homestar or Homesipan or Marsistar, depending on which of the two you ask, which is Marzipan's house. But Homestar is there and assembling the Homestar-me from the episode
Benedetto.
Armies. Yeah, that's actually a plot point.
Yeah.
They have to hold a draft to get the one more person necessary for an army, and they have a wheel of drafts. And you have to trick it so that it lands on Coach Z, so you get him into your army. Otherwise, it will land on other electronic appliances, and the Benedettos will not allow you to continue. You invade the King of Town, and it takes less than 5 minutes because the King of Town runs away as soon as you get there. Then it turns out that the whole reason why this happened is Strongbad was answering an email from Roy T. on Castle Hill. Turns out that the King of Town hated his job and wanted to just sit around, answer emails, and play video games. And eat things because he's the King of Town. Look, Garfield has nothing on this guy. There is a cartoon where Strongbad tried to gross him out by replacing deodorant stick with white chocolate and pretending to eat deodorant. He found the King of Town actually eating deodorant. The King of Town then offered, would you like some, boys? We've got Sierra Mist. Ocean Mist and Mountain Air.
Yeah.
So what you have to do then is you have to gather up all the people into an army to try to reconquer Strongbadia, which has been taken over by the King of Town. Except Strongbad realizes, wait, this is too one-sided. I have to do the King of Town's. So you take control of the King of Town's army, and you fight your way through the countries on this game board.
Huh.
Except you have to do it in a very specific way, because all your guys suck. The only way you can win is to get the other characters into draws. Basically, if you send any character up against Strongsad, he'll depress them to death. Not to death, until they run away. So you have to send in Homestar, who is so nonsensical that he makes Strongsad's head go, Gah! You have to send the cheat up to Strongmad because the cheat and Strongmad won't fight. And you have to have the Poopsmith and the King of Town. Poopsmith's walking one step ahead of the King of Town because the Poopsmith's cloud of stink hides him, the King of Town, from Homestar. Otherwise, Homestar will find you and hunt you down like a heat-seeking missile.
Wow.
In the end, this tricks the king of town into taking back his kingdom. Episode 3 is that... I haven't actually played Episode 3. I watched a Let's Play. But Homestar... Strong Bad's video game machine is busted. So he wants to get it repaired from Bubs, the owner of the concession stand and only guy who owns any businesses around here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the money, so he sets out to win the Battle of the Bands. Everyone else joins the Battle of the Bands. He eventually forms a band because everyone else is already in a band. He forms it with the King of Town and Homestar, aka the most useless characters ever. The whole thing is judged by Limousine, his favorite hair metal band.
Got the heart of a lion and the wings of the bat because it's midnight. No, can I make a small comment on Limousine? This is how devoted these guys are to their craft. Not only did they reference, Strong Bad's favorite brand is Limousine, they freaking got a band together to write original Limousine songs and feature them on the show. Like,
and they made it. No,
yeah,
that's not how impressive that is. It's so impressive they did it twice.
Yeah.
Limousine and Sloshy.
Yeah, no, and then they did each other's songs. I think my favorite Limousine song is actually them covering Sloshy's song for We Don't Even Really Care About You. Like, it's got wicked guitar solos and everything. For God's sake, these people work hard at their website.
So anyway, Strong Bad does what he usually does. He sabotages all the other bands and tries to make his band the most metal thing ever, kind of succeeding totally on accident, involving spraying bats with butter. That makes the King of Town start to eat the bats, and then Homestar starts hovering and screeching. I don't really even know what happens, but it's that kind of show. It's totally in character with the show.
Yeah, totally in character.
So Strong Bad wins, and he gets the game machine fixed, except it's not fixed, and it turns out that it was just a piece of cheese on the game cartridge. Episode 4 is something that fans have been yearning for years.
I really should have watched
Dangeresque 3.
The Criminal Projective. In 3D.
Okay, so this requires a tiny bit of backstory. I'm serious, it's a tiny bit of backstory. Normally when I say that, it leads to me going on a 12-minute rant. But
timer's on.
Okay, so in one of his emails, Strong Bad says, "Oh no, I totally don't use stunt doubles. Here's a clip from my film, Dangeresque 2.
This time, it's not Dangeresque 1.
And it proceeds to show him doing a bunch of action scene stuff. And except anytime that something bad is about to happen to Strong Bad, as his character as a hard-boiled detective, loose cannon cop on the edge, Dangeresque, he's immediately badly replaced with Strong Sad, who gets his ass kicked multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Then, in another email, he says, "Okay, now, to people who want to know about the progress of Dangeresque 3, has hit a slight snag. I have not made Dangeresque 3 yet."
Things are coming along right on schedule. Anyway.
But instead he revealed the full film of Dangeresque 1, Dangeresque 2?
Spelled T-O-O. Yeah.
Where Homestar is playing another character who's also named Dangeresque, because why the hell not?
It's so funny.
Okay, so the whole thing is... The fourth episode is The Criminal Projective, the third Dangeresque movie, which is just amazing, really. It's done from the perspective of them watching the finished film. I say finished in the loosest sense of the word, really. Yeah, I can't really remember the plot too well.
I'm sure it involved jumping off of things a lot.
It did.
That
It
is his
really
classic
did.
thing.
Plus, Senor Cardgage as Dadgeresque.
Dadgeresque. That's amazing.
And
You gotta know the
Robot
backstory.
Dangeresque.
Robot
2.
Dangeresque.
No, Robot Dangeresque 2.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so, and the final episode, oh my goodness. This one was probably my favorite one. 8-Bit is Enough, which is probably my favorite because it includes Trogdor and Stinko Man. Stinko Man was created because Strong Bad answered an email about anime.
I could quote that thing. I could quote a lot of this site, but I remember that one particularly, I suppose.
Yeah, it's he created this character called Stinko Man as his anime counterpart.
He's so cool.
Then the next week he answered an email that is probably the most famous email on the site, titled Dragon.
Oh man.
Dear Strong Bad, can you draw a dragon? He created this S-shaped lizard thing with stick figure legs and a giant beefy human arm coming out of the back of it. He named his thing Trogdor the Burninator.
It was just, is this the epitome of, like, awesome silliness? Just that kid style, unabashed, And then he makes this full song about it in that same email.
Yeah, this heavy metal song.
Heavy
it's
metal
weird.
song, a Trogdor was a man. Like, this has actually appeared on Guitar Hero. You can actually
We're not
play
kidding. This is a
song.
thing that exists. So the game starts with him gonna have to jump away from the angry mob who is really unhappy with how Dangerous 3 the criminal projective happened. And he smacks his head into the Trogdor game machine he has in his basement. Everyone kind of just leaves. Yeah, I don't get it either. But this damages the machine to the point where the real world and the video game world start fusing together. By which we mean the Trogdor machine grows legs, starts breathing fire, and has a beefy arm coming out of the back of it.
Yay!
Strongbad has to call tech support. He tries to fix it. This fails and completely merges the real world with the video game world of 8-bit gaming. You have to go around, collect various, not only your regular inventory, but characters who can help you out. So your end goal is to defeat Trogdor, because otherwise Strongbad will be stuck with having Homestar Runner is his version of Navi from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for all time. He goes into the video game world. Okay, first he has to go get some stuff fixed so that they can play all regional games. Then they go into Stinko Man's world of 20XDX.
Or 20XX. Whatever you
Whatever.
pronounce it. Yeah, either way.
But anyways, so from there he gets
20XD6, that's it, yeah.
From there he gets the legendary Trog Sword. Which is a sword that's supposedly able to kill Trogdor, even though in the game Peasant's Quests, you are never able to kill Trogdor. I'm
Spoiler
serious.
alert.
I'm serious. In the game's Peasant's Quest,
That was such a great ending.
you do everything right, and then you get up to Trogdor, you stab him, and then he immediately kills you.
And then they make a statue, because you got the closest to killing Trogdor of anyone that's ever tried. Good for you.
Oh my god, yes. So, moving on from there, you then have to go into Peasantry, from Peasant's Quest, and you have to make your way up through his fortress, defeating several enemies along the way in a Doom-style genre shift.
Yeah.
And they get into the final door, and he turns into this, what looks like a badly rendered N64 version of himself. But do you remember the trailer for the games where he said, I made this drawing for the people at Telltale Games. I think they should keep to its vision. And it showed him like with robot legs and holding a sword. They did that. They freaking did that. And so you have to fight Trogdor then by slashing at weak points that appear on his body, by putting on a blob of jello on your eyes so that you can see red spots, and sacrificing peasants to his insatiable hunger of fire. Mm-hmm. And eventually you kill him and the worlds are brought back to normal. And Strongbad wakes up. Oh, I had the most horrible dream. You were there, and you were there, and you... Trogdor's standing there. Uh-oh. And everyone starts running away from Trogdor, who starts trying to set everything on fire. And
that's the end. And that's why they went on hiatus, because everything was burning and they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, so that was Cool Game for Attractive People in an extremely limited format. I'd say either play it yourself or watch a Let's Play on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a Homestar Runner episode, and even the Let's Plays...
It's a super long Homestar Runner episode. Lots of storylines in there.
The Let's Plays don't even get everything. I saw things that I got that they missed in some of my playthroughs. Yep.
Yeah. It's just...
This is
classic.
just randomness, but it's done in such a charming and adorable way that you can't really help but feel happy watching it.
I just go over to their site and click the random button in the lower right corner. Another thing that YouTube doesn't have. And I've seen once in a very rare while I'd bump into something that I'd missed somehow, but I think by now I've seen every cartoon.
There's just so many,
but I'd still love to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sort of comforting, I guess.
There's just so much content that isn't even related to the main characters. Teen Girl Squad, where Strongbad makes like a little pencil and paper drawings of teenage girls getting horribly, brutally murdered by everything.
But it's totally lighthearted, though. You got to believe me on that. Like, they all come back to life 10 seconds later, and no one's ever really in pain. And it's
for example,
quite funny.
one of them falls into the school spirit bottomless pit. That's a thing that happens.
Remember when, was it like so-and-so, I think it was, had her head stuck in some sand at the beach at one point? She's like, I hope nobody cool or famous is looking at me. And there's like George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and like some movie star, I forget what it was, all going, look at that girl. It's like, these ridiculous
Then there's
things.
Cheat Commandos, which is basically the character of the cheat replicated a whole bunch of times and put into a parody of G.I. Joe.
Absolutely, and that's hilarious, isn't it?
Defending the world from the threat of Blue Laser, who is somehow even more incompetent than Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, the only thing that Cobra Commander's forces ever did were suck and die.
They nailed that parody really well.
They had puppets versions of Homestar Runner in the cast.
Yeah,
They
have puppets jamming with They Might Be Giants, the band. They're actually making up stuff as they go. Like, Homestar is coming up with these nonsensical lyrics, and it's so funny. Ooh, tropical laser beams. Laser beams.
I've never seen this.
You should see that. Yeah, you haven't browsed the puppet section, but
I don't like puppets.
I've always loved that little song of his.
They have things that are made by the cheat in universe, except that they're always awful.
But
they're stylistically awful.
Intentionally awful animation, which is both a parody of people that don't know how to animate, but also like, because the cheat himself is a Flash character, his Flash animations have to look crappier than ours do, you know?
Yeah. Once they even made a joke about this whole thing, it had the cheat. The cheat was showing an animation to Strong Bad that he made, where everyone was going, "Yay, the cheat! Yay, the cheat!" And then it zoomed out to the perspective you'd normally see, except it's still done in the cheat style, and it shows Strong Bad. The cheat! That is the best
cartoon in
ever.
the whole world.
Have a trophy.
Hey, I didn't say that. Did I?
No, he didn't.
They did a
One
live...
of them is a music video of Strong Bad singing the word "Fahugagods."
Fahugagods! Which is someone just mashed their fingers on the keyboard one time, sending him an email, and he wrote an email back to them, made a joke about it, and then made a music video about that one word from the email, and it's pretty catchy.
Oh, but you haven't heard the best part yet. Someone made a mashup album of the Daft Punk's Random Access Memory and the Fahugagods song. Like, it's the Fahugagods song played at the same time as all the songs on that, including Get Lucky. Oh my god. It's not even the only one. Jeez, there's like a Fahugagods mashups of everything. It's kind of scary.
Wow, I have not seen that. See, this is the word of mouth stuff we're talking about before. You just always bump into more Homestar Runner stuff. I'm hoping someone will get word of mouth to somebody of that song I made. Which actually, I told, like, this is school I volunteer at, and there's one person there who knows what Homestar Runner is. I was like, oh my gosh, let me send you the link to this song I'm going to make. And they liked it, you know. They did a live-action trailer for a Flash game that they made. Like, who else does that? Who else as if it were a movie trailer,
it wasn't even,
but it's a Flash game.
They made a live-action trailer for an 8-bit text adventure game.
8-bit text adventure game thing.
No, less than 8 bits. It was
6
and you know what's even more impressive? They used actual actors from the Georgia area, including Lucky Yates. If you don't know who that guy is, he's the guy that plays Krieger on Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
Okay, I kind of just killed the mood there.
No,
but whatever.
How does that kill the mood?
I don't know. We kind of just got quiet.
Well, it's because I don't know who that is, actually. I've seen only half an episode of Archer.
Okay,
I know what the show is.
Okay, but yeah. So yeah, wow.
Yeah. I really wish I had bought those DVDs so I could hear the commentary. I kind of kept putting that off until eventually, oh, wait, there's nothing left in the store. I hope they restock someday. I mean, there's like a couple things, but you can't get most of them. Including those are the few Strongman emails I've never seen, are the ones on DVD. Because you and I were both too cheap to buy it. You bought a shirt once, though.
I bought a shirt once.
I should totally buy something, because, dear goodness, how much entertainment have they given me, and I've given them $0 in return? Okay, alright, I'm going to totally buy something at some point, you guys.
Dude, well, you've got to admit, it's a very Strong Badian thing to do.
To be cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a thing that he actually said once. Okay, Strong Bad. So I gave you the witch's brew. Now you give me $10. Okay, Homestar. But I can. But can you give me the $10 tomorrow?
No, it's all right. I'll give you $10 now.
That is a thing that he did. He's kind of a jerk, but he's a lovable jerk.
He's absolutely lovable jerk.
Although, different from other lovable jerks, like Han Solo is a lovable jerk. But on the other hand, he's heroic. Strong Bad is a jerk, but you love him anyway.
Strong Bad is the sitting around on his couch jerk who's lovable, with a bunch of eggs hidden in the couch for some reason. Never explained, mind you.
Also, he once locked himself in the cheat in a car on accident.
That was so funny. It was, but keys? I don't have any keys. Look, all I know about this car is what Bubs told me, and that's that the doors and windows can't be opened from the inside. Oh. I guess that was pretty poor planning on my part. Like, this is the trouble he gets himself into. That I listened to one interview with the Brothers Chaps. They're super hard to find, by the way. They don't do publicity tours. They're not celebrities, and there's certain sort of tabloid celebrity out there, right? That first off, everyone bugs them to death, like with paparazzi and stuff. And secondly, they seem to have a need to keep doing that to keep their brand aware, in the news, right? Mm-hmm. So they have to constantly be doing things to promote their image. These guys are like ghosts. They show up when they feel like it, and I think honestly, it's better for their mental health than to be the stressful life of your sort of average celebrity, I guess, if you have an idea of what that is. But I listened to one of their interviews, and it was interesting to hear about their creative style. He talked about working on some show. I'm not sure if it was Gabba Gabba or a different one, where he invented a character, and whoever was in charge was like, okay, write up a little character biography, like a one-page thing. And he was like, but I just met this guy. I don't know what his biography is. Like, their whole style is to come up with just one idea and then feel around through storytelling to come up with more new ideas. In a corporate world, you have more of, let's do everything in advance. We have the paperwork done. Other writers can come in and use your stuff. But he's a very homeschool type of thing, Homeschool, Homestar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved also that we were helping these two guys live the dream. They quit their jobs to do Homestar Runner full time.
Whoa.
They did.
What's this we stuff? I bought a t-shirt.
Okay,
you haven't done
fine.
shit.
I will help them live the dream in the future.
Thank you. That's a little honesty here.
Yeah. But I mean...
Actually, I didn't buy a t-shirt. It was a gift, so...
Well, someone bought a t-shirt for you.
Okay, yeah, so I still helped.
So, yeah, you helped. But like... What an awesome... How pure is this, right? Just these two guys making a thing, and they said in the interview, people would say, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I make cartoons on the internet. And this information was so bizarre, people would just, like, forget about it in the moment of it being spoken. And, like, 6 months later, it's like, wait, what do you do for a living? I make cartoons on the internet. Like, is that a thing? And remember, this is before YouTube. There was no such thing as your YouTube star, your PewDiePie or whatever, like...
Or your Team 4-star, your Bridge series, your Machinimas, your...
This was
actually, Red vs. Blue was around, so...
Red vs. Blue predates YouTube, too, though.
Yeah, it does.
Remember the days when you had to download individual Red vs. Blue?
No, because I discovered it after the...
Well, I remember that you had to, make a little vault on your hard drive that you would share with your friends when they came over, because they weren't always available for download. It was an interesting thing, Yeah, they were just doing their own thing, and even when they quit, they were doing their own thing, and now they're coming back now and then as they feel like it, still doing their own thing, just living a good life.
Yeah, but they have kids now, so
they have kids, and that's true. They had to do more to earn money and stuff. But as far as I can tell, they found their niche. They found their calling, as it were, and that is so cool. And instinctively, I want to be as successful as you guys. I'm trying not to make that into jealousy.
But we are jealous.
Yeah, it is hopefully a healthy jealousy if that exists. I don't know. Does that exist? I think we need better words.
Envy?
I have no idea. Admiration. Let's call it admiration. Because this is such a wonderful deal. So I guess we are a little tiny bit following in their footsteps. Not that they ever made a review show, but we are doing a random little quirky thing with two guys, and we put it on the internet, and it's all our own personalities.
But with less snowmen getting nunchucked.
And no t-shirts for sale. But more importantly, the snowmen getting nunchucked.
Which is a shame.
Hey,
Sonic, can you get into this costume for just a moment? I have something to show you.
Cover bridges.
Oh, my God.
They can make that up on the fly. It's like it never had even been established before that Strongstad liked covered bridges, but somehow the style of their writing allows them to just do totally random things, and it feels totally natural.
Mm-hmm.
I guess covered bridges is a nerdy-ish thing,
No,
kind of.
I mean,
You could you could have a nerdy obsession with it if you felt like it for some reason.
They are pretty.
Yeah, man. Homestar Runner. Good stuff.
Hello, I'm Homestar Wanna. Isn't that great? Oh, I can't take it anymore!
Hello, and
I'm a big moron who can't remember his lines.com.
I actually looked that site up. It's just bought by some hosting company. I was hoping it would redirect to that page. I would totally have bought it just to redirect to that page.
You know what's really scary about the Brothers Chaps?
What?
They've actually made animations. There were times when you could enter in certain website, certain addresses into the address bar, and you might be able to see like a strong bad email before they posted it up on the website.
Right.
Well, for some emails,
like email 100,
they changed it so that it was subtly different than the normal one. They typed out email 1.
The 100 got you to this fake page versus A100 got you to the real page.
Yeah,
like spelled out with letters. So you'd be the fan, like, oh, I'll just check at spemo100.html, and there's a little animation being like, oh, thought you'd get to something you weren't supposed to see yet. And you were like, wow, they really care about me. Like, he's mocking you, but really it's them being aware that you're trying to get past the wall.
There's even, like, things for the Remails, the Homestar Runner emails. Like, if you try to look up Homestar Runner email, he mentions, another pillow fight? Oh, what is this? Email number 43 or something? If you look up Homestar email number 43, it shows him in the middle of a pillow fight with girls. And he's going, whoa, girls, come on. What is this? Put the clothes back on. What is this? Email 23? And then it shows... You look up email 23, it gives a buzzing noise, and then it says, this is content locked because it's so inappropriate.
All the in-jokes, man.
Oh, my God.
Even within a single cartoon, they will create an in-joke to just reference it later in that cartoon.
Or in a different cartoon.
Or in a different
years
cartoon.
later.
And some of them weren't even planned, like the DNA evidence. If you check the commentaries, because they have transcript of the commentaries, they made several references to the DNA evidence in multiple emails, and then you thought, this is all planned out to add up to something. It was not planned out to begin with, and then they just made up something afterwards to explain what those references were all about, and they made a whole little episode about it that was a parody of, in part, a parody of Twin Peaks.
What's Twin Peaks?
It's a very cultish, bizarre TV show. Lots of weird mysteries, and no one ever knew what was going on.
Now, when you say cultish...
Cultish devotion to the show.
Buffy, like what people have for Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Firefly.
It's a bit... It's like Lost, but weirder and less professional.
That's impossible.
I haven't even actually seen the show. I just heard about it from TV tropes. And from from the wiki that informed me, they were making fun of Twin Peaks and at least this one shot with him in the window. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Come back, Homestar. Make an update every week, or...
Come back consistently!
Or... They never even posted something on the website to be like, hey, we're going to be gone for 3 years. You just have to keep showing up and be like, nope, still...
I did hear in one of the... like through TV tropes that they didn't intend to be gone that long.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's just that things started snowballing, the new kid, the jobs, and blah, blah, blah. And so, from what I heard, when they posted that April Fool's Day thing, they were just testing the water, seeing, see who's still looking.
Yeah.
And then they got such a huge response, they were like, oh, Oh, people are still watching.
Yeah, man. People. There's like this new internet generation now. It's only been 10 years, but whatever. It's a new generation, or 5 years or whatever since they, got a hiatus, and people don't know anything about Homestar these days because it's not in their networks. It's not on. Well, it is on YouTube now, but it wasn't originally, at least, and it's different on YouTube anyway, and. It's not the same internet we used to have. Everything used to be entirely word of mouth with these single-purpose websites that I really liked, for several reasons. Look, put it this way: they don't even have buttons anywhere on their site for like this on Facebook, share this on Twitter, post this to Dig or Reddit. I guess because Dig died, didn't it?
Well, I don't know what Dig is. I don't do social media.
I don't do much of it either. But
I heard
I'm
someone
aware.
ask, "Why aren't you on Twitter?" And I responded what I thought was an honest answer. I think Twitter's a self-obsessed bunch of narcissistic douchebags.
Well, now you're gonna die. No,
I don't think that there's any information that can be properly conveyed through 140 characters. Make a blog post and explain your thoughts fully, you assholes.
Okay, all right. I do not hate Twitter users per se, but
I don't hate them. I just hate the concept.
Oh, he hates the concept, he says. Well, it's just, I find that a lot of these sites engender bad habits. It's like mental junk food, it can be. Mm-hmm. And the whole internet can be that, to be fair. People can, and I've had this problem myself, particularly on Dig back in the day. It's a Reddit-style site that has a lot of different things to read, basically. So I would just, hoard data, reading stuff, and then I'd realize later I wasn't even really interested in that. I was just reading it because it was there. And it's possible to do that on Twitter. It's possible to do that with your Facebook feed. It's possible whatever. Anyway, Homestar Runner is so old school, they don't even care. It was very simple, extraordinarily simple to put up a little button, click this to like it on Facebook. But know what? No, that would be different than the way they want to do it. And that kind of preserves something unique about the site,
It is what it is, and it knows what it is, and it's happy with what it is.
Yeah.
It's no social media whore, or it could be that they've been away from the site so long that they haven't gotten around to putting up
They have mentions that they might want to revamp the site someday, but I hope even if they do that, they keep the old version around because I like that. I like the no distractions. I like that you watch anything on YouTube, you might happen to scroll down and see someone shouting in all caps or something, whatever, right? No, this is the show. The end. And no ads. I hate ads so much.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where people who make money on the internet are coming from.
No, that's why I support them on Patreon. Which, if they had had a Patreon back then, I probably would have signed up.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm not, no matter how much you beg or plead, I am not turning off my ad blocker.
Oh, God, no. I will, no, seriously, Ars Technica, that site? It's a techie site thing.
No.
I used to read it. They put an ad, there was years ago, they put up an article that said, your ad blocker is hurting the sites you love, including Ars Technica. So I sent them an email that said, can I just send you money? And they wrote me an email back like, no one has suggested that before. We don't actually have a donation button. You could buy a subscription. So I bought a 1-month subscription just so I could give them money. I understand you guys need money, but ads are so distracting. And the internet is kind of distracting already because you have 1,000 links you could click on, right?
Yeah, I do that. I do it way more
ads are even worse. You have so many tabs open in your browser, let me tell you.
At any given moment, I have about 20 tabs open.
I don't know. I used to do that all the time, and I don't know about you, but I eventually realized I was frying my brain. It was this big deal to be like, oh man, I'm finally whittling down my tabs. Okay, 5 tabs. Okay, 1 tab. Okay, great. And then an hour later, 20 tabs are open again. Oh, I've got a habit here that is maybe not so good for me.
Yeah, remember how I read really, really fucking fast?
Oh, yeah, that's the difference between you and me.
Yeah. See, plus, I have this weird ability to parse my mentalities. So I can do that. I can go, okay, I'm getting bored of reading this. I'll read this for a little while until the other thing gets interesting again.
Okay, we're off the subject now. So, Homestar Runner basically is so cool and fun and just pure.
Watch it.
It's just pure.
It's
fun,
happiness.
Pure individual
it doesn't have
creativity.
It doesn't have swear words. It doesn't have pop culture jokes.
But it has
modern pop culture
It is jokes about this is so brilliant about it. It's jokes about the themes of pop culture, but never like you needed to see that one episode of that one show.
You don't need to know who Jennifer Lawrence is, or what she did with that guy in that place, or what.
No. It's
okay. You might need to know if it was like something from 30 years ago, but
even then, though, I'm never stumbling on celebrity names. Really, it's just everything flows. They made a joke about sort of one-hit wonders, except instead of mentioning any person, they anthropomorphized the noise Strong Bad makes when he gets up off his stool. They called it the get-up noise, and they talked about its rise to fame as a Hollywood celebrity, and it was a joke that anyone could get,
Exactly. Actually, I didn't get it until you just explained it to me.
You didn't get that? Whatever. It's a joke that most people could get.
Shut up.
No, it's fine. Hey, man, you've got...
Your face is stupid.
You've got credit in your court already. You're the one who bought the T-shirt. And you read like lightning.
Yes, I do. I really do.
You should have... He borrowed a book from me today and read through it while we were, like, watching other stuff. Not a full-sized book, but still a lot faster than I could read.
It's comics, so that's...
It's comics.
Helps.
It's The Order of the Stick, which we will not talk about right now because we would spend a long time on that subject. I think we're basically done with Homestar Runner, though. It's just great.
Yeah, we're pretty much...
good stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
It's awesome.
So everybody, go watch Homestar Runner.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, anyways, I'm Sith King.
And I'm Sonic Sons.
We're signing off.
And signing autographs
at the North Shore Mall. I swear to God.
We have to explain this. Every time when we say signing off, we hit stop on the program to record, and then both of us, either out loud or in our brains, are quoting Homestar Runner and signing autographs at the North Shore Mall. All right, so now you know that in-joke that has never previously been recorded.
Well,
Go look it up.
I'm Sith King.
I'm Sonic Sons.
Shutting down.
Bye.
Bye.